My name is Ashley Jones, and I am doing my presentation on the effects of alcohol and why you should not drive. Alcohol affects the brain in a very dangerous manner because it breaks down different lipids and proteins, bacteria, any cellular organism. Because it can cross any cell brain, it's not limited to just specific types of cells or proteins or enzymes. Alcohol is ethanol, which is fermented glucose in yeast. Fermented yeast has a very acidic capability, so it does break down different meats, and so it does have the capability to break down different structures as well as meat and other internal organs. Some short-term effects of alcohol include slurred speech, difficulty walking, slow reaction times, impaired memory, or blacking out, blurred vision, or throwing up. Some long-term effects of alcohol consumption include brain deficits, nerve damage, shrinking of the brain, liver disease, and thiamine deficiency, which ultimately can cause more problems down the road. Alcohol can be used for many purposes other than ingestion, including sterilizing or disinfecting areas, wounds, surfaces. Ethanol in alcohol, that is put in alcohol, concentrates RNA in lab settings, and it also can be used for marinating meat. Alcohol affects the body in different ways, and at the cellular level it does destroy cell membranes because ethanol does break down different lipids or proteins in different cellular bodies. When ingesting alcohol, when consuming alcohol, it floods you're taking shots and it's flooding your system so that your liver cannot digest it fast enough, ultimately sending whatever is left to the brain. There are some physical consequences to the consumption of alcohol other than the obvious drinking and driving and not possibly killing someone, but during the night while consuming alcohol, you might experience different side effects like blacking out, vomiting, slurred speech, impaired vision, difficulty walking. Well, in the morning, you can wake up with a hangover and have a headache, vomit. You'll have difficulty moving, and there might be a lack of recollection of the past night. Alcohol has impacted many lives throughout the world, not just the U.S., but in the U.S., between 2006 and 2010, there was approximately 88,000 deaths per year. 5% of those deaths were from people under the age of 21. On top of that, 1 in 10 deaths among the age group of 20 to 64 dies from excessive alcohol use. Studies have been done that violence can stem from alcohol use. Alcohol is a factor of 40% of violent crime. Of different crimes, alcohol was a factor in 37% of rapes and sexual assaults, 15% of robberies, 27% of aggravated assaults, and 25% of simple assaults. Violence and aggression go hand in hand. Alcohol encourages violent behavior because it does disrupt normal brain function. Due to the disruption, people can misjudge social clues, and it can lead to different actions they weren't wanting to do, like rape or other different crimes they normally would not commit sober. It has been proven true that violence levels do increase while threatened or provoked while under the influence of alcohol. 2 of 3 attacks reported on people had alcohol involved. 31% of those attacks were on a stranger, meaning 69% of those were done to people that the attacker knew. After hearing about those effects that alcohol does have on the body, driving while under the influence is obviously not a very safe approach when spending your evening or day, depending on when you drink. An estimated 32% of fatal accidents were because of a drunk driver or a drunk pedestrian. If you get caught driving in Arizona you actually do get a DUI and a DUI, and you have your license revoked. You have jail time ranging from 24 hours to a couple years. You will have fines, as well as an interlocked ignition device, which does require you to have a breathalyzer test. Withdrawal symptoms of alcoholism include anxiety, poor sleep, craving, shakes, spasms, panic, and hallucinations. And these are only some of them. There could be more, and you might have to take medication for them. Treatment of alcoholism starts with admitting you have a problem. Afterwards, you do have to start detoxing and be abstinent from it. You then start rehabilitation, and your final step is maintaining sobriety, which after a year it does make it easier to maintain. Once you begin the treatment process, you can take medications for different side effects that you have from withdrawals. Some they reduce craving, like asomprophosate, sorry, I can't pronounce it, or naltrexone. Well, the second one can be given to someone still drinking. Disulfiram helps with the anxiety, and it also interferes with the alcohol metabolism, so it does cause nausea, vomiting, and blurred vision. Topiramate, I'm sorry, I really don't, is an anti-seizure, as well as gabapentin. I don't even know how to pronounce it, I really am sorry. Those are helpful for seizures and other side effects. Another way to help is by restoring nutrients, like vitamin B1. Thiamine deficiency is very common with alcoholism, as well as different alcohol tendencies. So by taking those vitamins, you do restore those nutrients that were lost. Different nutrient and diet supplements that you can take include vitamin A, B, C supplements, as well as zinc and fatty acid. Different at-home remedies that you can do on your own that don't necessarily involve much change to your daily routine, or avoiding places with alcohol, or avoid people who constantly drink or are frequently drinking. So get new friends, find a support group. Another way is by exercising. Exercise creates endorphins, and those allow you to be happy. You can get a new hobby, as well as get help from family and friends. So, in summary, while all those effects are probably like, whatever, the main point that I wanted to get at is all those effects do contribute to how you drive when driving. Different alcohol messes with how your brain functions. It not only affects you in the long run, but it could affect someone walking down the street. You could kill them, you could injure them, you can paralyze, severely injure them, minorly injure them, but you can traumatize them as well. So, drinking and driving is a very serious matter. All those symptoms and different effects and everything that alcohol has on your body is not something that you should be doing while driving, that you should be experiencing while driving, which is why the punishment is so harsh for a DUI or extreme DUI in Arizona. It is a huge health hazard to you, and cost is not very effective. Alcohol is very expensive, as well as the damage that it does to society, like with crashes and different bills and having to do trials, everything. It just costs so much, and it's not worth it. It causes so much destruction and damage in every aspect of life. It could cause damage to you and your loved ones if you're driving, or if they're driving drunk, or it could cause damage to someone else's life. It could break someone's family apart. It's just not something that is very responsible to do. You shouldn't be able to even have the option to drink and drive. Thank you.